Ocho Nuevo Dos.
Pendejo.
Hey, everybody, I'm Sanchez.
Hey everyone, this is Miles.
The subdued Miles title.
I gave it all my last performance, man. I gave it all, man.
Yeah. I was doing the Spanish counting because
Yes.
my daughter was telling me she's out in California and she likes to go to this taco truck that it's all Spanish, right? It's no Anglais,
Yeah.
and they call it like they give you a number, but they don't. They call it out in Spanish, so if you're not paying attention, you're gonna miss out on your food. Somebody else will take it. So she's like, you got to really be paying attention if you're not native Spanish speaker.
Okay.
Which I thought was interesting. I thought, hey, yes, good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
Keep it
Yeah.
all.
Okay.
You got to order in Spanish. You got to listen for your number in Spanish. Keep it going.
That's all right.
Yeah. So, but anyway, she
Learn.
said it's so good. So, anyway.
Yeah. Why not? I love good Spanish food, man. Hey,
Yeah.
bring it on, man.
So, anyway, I just thought that was funny. She just told me that the other day. But,
Fill me up. Fill me up with some tapas, man.
yeah. But she's like, yeah, you got to pay attention because, you'll be like calling out numbers and they'll be like, and then you got your little stub in your hand, but it's not telling you what to listen for. What?
Just like my dad, a little stub in my hand.
Yeah, a little stub in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Anyway, I thought
Yeah.
that was an interesting bit,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, why not?
ordering out in
Yeah.
a multilingual area. So,
Yeah.
anywho, it's a coinky dink. Anywho, that reminds me, who was that guy's name in film school? He always used to say anywho and coinky dink. God, what was his name? He did a film about an ambulance, and oh my God, Dan something, young guy. Anyway, are you alive? Are you still listening?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I have no idea who you're talking about. I'm like, I don't know.
Really? He was from Tennessee. He was from outside of Nashville in what is the name of that? Anyway, he used to always say Coinky Dink. That's what reminded me of that. I can't remember his last name now. Dan, though, was his first name, I'm pretty sure.
I don't really know. I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
I really try to stay away from everybody, so I don't know.
No. I know you talked to this guy because I talked to him. He's a real nice guy. Real nice guy.
It was
He was not like you were talking to Naren or whatever his name was. That's my famous handheld pan. That weirdo.
Oh, Neighbors.
Mark Neighbors, yeah.
Neighbor, yeah.
And
No one knows what we're talking about. I mean, come on.
And you're like talking to that guy, and I'm talking to this nice guy. His name's Dan something from Tennessee. He sounds like Flanders from The Simpsons. Hey, diddly do! What a coinkydink! We're going to the same place.
I don't know. I have no idea who you're talking about. I don't know.
You're talking to pervert neighbors.
He wasn't a pervert. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Miles. I'm drilling a hole between the men's and women's restroom down the basement of the communications building. You want to help me? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I don't either. I'm making it up now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't remember his name.
I really stayed away from
Dan H. That's all I got in my head right now.
Hinkle.
Was it Hinkle?
No, I
Oh,
don't know. Fuck,
I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't even know who you're talking about, man.
Oh,
I
he was
don't
such a
know.
nice guy. Jeez, I wish I could
He's
remember his
such a nice
name.
guy. He was so cute and
He was
nice.
cute. That's right. He was cute. He wore shorts all the time.
He wore short shorts as Daisy Dukes. I
He
really
wore
noticed
his
him a lot.
khaki shorts all the time.
I don't know. I have no idea who you're talking about. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
have to look at. I'm gonna have to try to find this now. It's gonna bother me now.
So, the problem is like so many people were given a nickname that I don't,
I remember
you
the
know.
nicknames. I don't think he had a nickname. That's one of the problems. So,
Wait, Dan Paul.
was that his name?
No, like the teacher would call him the wrong name or something.
Well, he was very forgettable.
Yeah, but no, wasn't there some guy that we call him Dan Paul or something
I
like
think that
that?
was him. That was him. Yeah.
Maybe,
His
yeah, I
name
don't
wasn't
remember what
Dan
he looked
Paul
like.
though. His name wasn't Dan Paul.
No, but the teacher was getting his name wrong or
Yeah,
something.
he would
It
call him
was like,
something different all the time. Well, Dan over there is making this ambulance movie.
yeah, kind. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I
Anyway,
don't.
he was a little bit younger, and he was very nice kid.
I don't remember. I don't
The
know.
rest of us were all jaded and angry, and he was just so happy.
I don't remember. I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't either, apparently. So I
I don't
remember I
know.
helped him out with a couple of things at some point. That's all I recall. So
Taking off his pants.
I helped out a lot of. I helped you out, and you helped me out, and well, no, you had the editor, the 8mm editing thing, so I used that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but no, Dan. Gosh, Dan. I can't remember his last name. But I think he did get his name wrong all the time. Nobody knew. He was
That's the
very.
only guy I can think of. Maybe I don't remember what he looks like now. It's like, I don't know. I suppose that's like 100 years ago, man. I don't know.
I know. The funny thing is, I was just talking about these nicknames the other day with my son. We were going somewhere, and I don't know how we got on the topic, but I'm like, yeah, I never called anybody by their real name. Miles and I had these nicknames for everybody. So there was Sarge, and there was Serge, and there was what was it, Turd, and all these people in our classes. We didn't ever call them by their real name. Like, although we did, I think Clark we just called Clark.
But he didn't like to be called Clark. That was
That's
like legally.
right. That's why we called him. That's right.
Like, he went by Mike.
He went
but
by Mike,
like his
but we
legal
always
name was
called him
Clark.
Clark. Hey, Clark.
I would go by Clark. Shit, I'd take that name. Like, fuck
Yeah, he didn't like Clark. And then
he was cool though.
what was the guy? He talked like this. Hey, what are you doing?
Dave Sarno.
Sarno. Hey, I'm Dave Sarno. Yeah, he always had to say his whole name. Dave Sarno.
Yeah.
And
I almost saw
like
Clark's
that.
girlfriend naked.
What?
I almost saw Clark's girlfriend naked.
Oh yeah, that's true. He was finger banging her or something.
I don't know. Yeah, I stopped by his apartment. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh, I'll get going." He's like, "No, come on in. We're done. I'm like, come on in."
We're done. We're done. It's okay.
Yeah. Then the girl's like under the cover. She's like, "Clark, where's my
Where's
where's my underwear?" He's like, "Oh, it's right underneath the TV clicker, honey. I'll get them." I can leave if you want. No, stick around, Miles. Don't worry about it. She's done. Don't worry.
about it. Yeah, we just had that pervy Mark Neighbors in here a minute ago.
Now we have the king of all, Miles Tidal, in here. Apparently.
Miles Title's taking it. He's cleaning his glasses right now.
You're looking for seconds, I think. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen.
Don't let me stop you.
Yeah, those weirdos set me up on a pseudo date with that girl's younger sister. Yeah.
What? Clark's girlfriend's younger sister?
Yeah.
Really? You?
Yeah, we went on. I don't know if it was some live music thing outside. Yeah.
I don't. Where was I? I don't think I remember even.
You weren't invited, jackass.
Yeah,
all right,
apparently
back
not.
off, dude. Don't harsh my
I don't
bones,
remember
dude.
this. This is news to me.
Yes.
Keeping secrets all these years.
Yeah.
Clark's
Yeah, I
girlfriend's
did.
sister.
I didn't. You didn't go everywhere with me, man. Whatever.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
You didn't go to that when they were showing the Yellow Submarine movie on the side of that house, right? You didn't go to
No, I
that.
didn't go to that. No. Mm-mm.
I went. You didn't.
Well, were you like getting high or something?
No, I
Oh,
wasn't getting
okay.
high.
Okay.
I went dancing with all the girls from the library. Yeah,
I thought maybe you were. Was that at Susie's house?
You dared me. No, it was actually at a I don't know what it was. It was like a bowling alley slash bar slash something. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Remember you dared me? You're like, I double dog dare you to go.
Oh, I vaguely recall. Was that down by Pizza King?
That was like north of town.
Oh, okay.
You dared me to. I'm like, all right,
Well,
I'll go.
I
Okay.
probably said you should go because you desperately need to, you know.
Drill a hole. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't recall. I don't recall using that language.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
was going
yeah,
to
it
say
doesn't matter.
desperately need to get out and mingle, but yeah, drill a
I
hole.
did.
Sure.
I did. I don't care. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I cut a rug,
Uh,
Boop, boop,
so you
boop,
went
boop.
with Susie and Glenn Medeiros and all those people?
No, it was like a big taco party, man. I
Spock,
just showed up like,
Spock
what's
and
up, man?
Susie.
Yeah. Yeah, like girls from the floor and stuff like yeah, hell yeah, I know how to dance. Food,
Yeah,
check this out.
yeah.
Mm,
Did you wear your Cavariccis?
Robot, sprinkler,
Yeah.
worm.
Unfortunately, your sprinkler had a high and a low setting.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. I don't remember any of that. No, I wasn't around for any of that. Sorry.
Yeah, I know because you weren't invited. Get it, man.
Oh, man, you're so rude. Being mean to me.
You're trying to, harsh my buzz, man. Like, get out, man.
Okay. So did you drill a hole or?
No, no.
Okay.
Doesn't-
Just
Apparently,
asking.
my dance moves were not as smooth as I thought.
That's right. Grooves in the heart.
It's more like the Humpty dance. I think. First you limp to the left like a convulsion, then you something. Yeah,
How interesting. I'm learning
yeah.
things tonight. This is news to me.
I went to some movies by myself.
See how
I
Dan
did.
Paul gets us into all these areas.
I know now. Yeah, now it's triggered all these memories. I don't. What else did I do? I don't know. I did stuff.
So one of the other connections to Dan Paul was I had I not and there's another guy I don't remember. So I can't remember his name, but we'll just call him Pudge because I can't remember his name. So
Mm.
Dan and Pudge and I were working on helping each other with these projects. You weren't included or invited. Thank you. And
Mm.
and so Pudge was married and he had an apartment with his wife and everything. And so we helped Dan and one evening Pudge says, can you come over and help me? And so Dan and I are like, sure, so we go over there and we're helping him had to make a little short film. We were in film school and we had to make this little short film. And
Yeah.
so he didn't have any idea what he wanted to do. He just had to get it done. So we all
Yeah.
brainstormed this idea where this guy, nowadays you see him all over YouTube, but he's supposed to be writing something. He wads up the piece of paper, he throws it, and it like ricochets all over the apartment and finally goes into the garbage, right? That's the whole premise
Mm.
from it.
Yeah.
And so we set up, all these shots and everything. Well, during the course of this evening, while we're doing all this, it gets to be this whole discussion about how he likes to watch porn. His wife is having this discussion with Dan and I and him about how he loves to watch pornography.
Hold the boat. Wait. Wait. She says this.
Yeah, she says it.
You know, I don't remember the dude, but I remember there was like one dude that was married.
Uh huh.
Because I thought it was weird because everyone else was like way single, but there was
Right.
like one dude.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think his nickname was Pudge. I just called him Pudge out of just tonight. I don't know what
And I
we call
couldn't
him.
I couldn't tell you what he even looked like, but I just thought that was weird because like, wow, what the fuck, man? You're
He was kind
married
of a
and you're
dumpy looking dude, you know. And
I don't know.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so through the course of the night, she's like keeps egging him about because this is the age of video cassette, folks. Keeps
Mhm.
egging him about going and renting these videos. Well, you know,
Oh.
Pudge has got to return the video he got, which was humping, Jiminy Humpiners or whatever. I don't know what it was, and and she's like, and hopefully he's gonna pick up another one, and then she gives everybody like this eyeball,
Oh, oh, why wasn't I invited to this?
Yeah,
Why? Why didn't I
well,
get in on this?
so
Man.
then me and Dan,
Yeah,
Dan's like super nice. He's nicer than me. He's like,
yeah.
he's getting all. Well, I think we got to get this next shot. Maybe we can have it bounce off this wall or whatever, you know.
Offer cooch.
Yeah, she's like, so she's like avoiding us because we've taken over their apartment. It's not very big, and so she's
Yeah.
having to be out of the shot each time. We're setting everything up, and she's moving around and then just talking about it. And it was weird because she was kind of being salacious about it, but she was also kind of making fun of him.
Yeah.
Pudgy needs a little help in the bedroom. He has to go get a movie, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was
Wow.
weird. It was a weird night, and I think we wrapped that up real darn quick. And me and Dan, we took off.
I didn't hear this story.
Yeah, well, I told you this all. Dan is the connecting tissue here. That's my other Dan story because I think Pudgy helped him with the ambulance thing,
Yeah.
and then I don't think that I was there for that. But anyway, we were trying to help each other with these projects, and I went over because I was being lame and didn't help everybody, but I helped Pudge because it just happened to work out, and yeah, that was the weirdest. That was a weird evening to say the least.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like he had a severely good-looking wife or anything, but that's not a normal situation to put yourself in.
Like she would just come out and like, hey guys, want to hear something really funny?
No, she'd be like, I think there was on the end table or something, one of the cassettes, and she tried to hide it and everything, and then she started laughing and started talking about it, and then being a little ornery, and it was a weird, but there was more than one, so it was like two at least sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, old Pudgy was all upset. You can tell he was getting mad about it. But we were trying to get through, the work that we were there to do. And then poor Dan was all like flustered because he was really young from whatever. I mean, maybe he wasn't, but to me, I remember him being very young and very good student and everything, and just a very good guy. He'd get like this nervous thing going on, and then but we got it all done. But it was like I left, and I'm like, that was weird.
Yeah.
That was a little bit weird. Yeah, a little bit weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. That's the only thing I can remember. That's my Dan stories that I can think of.
Yeah.
Dan, I think his name might have been Dan Paul.
I mean, I don't. My problem is I went to two different universities, and I've kind of morphed. No, I think I'm morphing like people.
I
like
failed I failed in 3 different higher education.
only a dick would bring that up. You're a son of a bitch.
Oh my gosh. I didn't. I was joking.
When one door closes, another student fails. So
Yeah,
that's the way I see
apparently.
it.
Apparently.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think like I can like the names, but then the faces like I'm morphing them with like people I knew. It's like, oh wait, yeah.
Well, it was interesting. I mean, I know you
Vaguely, I
just hung out
can.
with neighbors all the time, but
Come on. Name off this guy. I bet you I could name off most of the people in there except like if they walked in this room right now, I could probably say give you a name or a nickname, but those
gotta
two
tell you,
guys,
I'm just looking up. I think he got his master's degree. Anyway,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
I'm looking him up real quick here. Go ahead.
I kind of remember all the foreign people. I don't know. They were easy to remember, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I don't remember it. I don't remember.
Huh. No, there was.
Yeah.
I did find a Dan Paul who got his master's in creative writing from Carbondale, and it has his master thesis online here. But it doesn't have
Yeah,
picture or anything. But anyway.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember hearing this story. That's weird. I don't.
Well, I do think I told you about it, but it was really a very a weird, somewhat concerning. I was concerned for for the guy's marriage. I mean, this woman was not. This is not normal for
I don't think
people.
these two are married anymore.
And
What do
I
you
would
think?
say they're probably not. She was kind of,
Yeah.
kind of goading him a little bit, and
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
it wasn't a very pretty situation from what I can recall. So
Right.
yeah, but hey, que sera sera.
Man, I wish I had a secret college story I can just whip out. Man.
I probably have more. I just can't.
Oh,
You
I bet you do.
you
I
just
bet you
have to
do.
say the right combination of words. It's like I'm like a
Yeah.
slot machine.
Yeah, I know.
Three
You're like,
sevens, and I'll give you a crazy story from the time period. I have
no.
another weird story like that, but it doesn't involve Dan Paul.
Yeah.
So you weren't into this. So this is another one where you weren't around, but I was heavily into computers at the time, which was not the norm. And I had an Amiga, which was a weird computer. And you loved my Amiga because you come play games all the time, north and south. And so I had a bunch of friends who some were college students and some were in this Amiga world, as it were. And on the bulletin board, there was a whole, before the internet, there was a whole bulletin board world. And I was heavily involved in that as well in college. And one of my friends was a married student. He lived in married student housing. He had like two
Mhm.
kids, and he was a forestry major. But anyway,
Yeah.
he had a lot of porn, and he was always wanting to give me porn. And the weird thing was, I went over to his, and he was in like official university married student housing, right?
Mm.
Because he had kids and was poor and going to school.
Mm.
And he had an Amiga, and I would go over there and we'd swap stuff because I had other connections in Decatur, and I would bring stuff from Decatur, and I'd trade with all the people at Carbondale. And it's kind of like it'd be kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or something these days, but it was actually software, pirated software actually, but whatever. And so I would go over to his apartment every once in a while, and then he would I'd bring him games and what have you, and he'd be like, "Oh, I got the whole disc worth of porn. You want that?" And he's saying this, and his wife's walking around like cleaning up or whatever, and she's giggling, and the kids are playing. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got a bunch of a bunch of blowjob pictures."
Oh God.
I was so uncomfortable, and I'd be like.
Oh my
I'd be
God.
like, no, that's okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
good, He's like, are you
Yeah.
sure? Are you sure? Are
You
you sure?
sure?
Yeah. I'm like, no, no.
My wife's on half of these. If you want to see them, I mean,
Well, no, but she was like into it. She wouldn't say anything, but I mean, she'd giggle and walk by and
uh, uh,
kind of like give that little like, oh, he's so naughty, you know?
ooh,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm like, no, I just, I'm that's not me, So I'm like, no,
yeah.
I just want the game. If you got another solitaire game, I think I did take a strip poker game from him at one point,
Is
but
this where you got Astro Tit?
probably, yeah.
The one dirty game I ever had, thanks to Bob Lamont. Yeah, a dirty game called Astro Tit. Thank you.
Yeah, I probably got that from him. But yeah, it was weird because like these student housing, they're not very big. It's another weird student housing thing, but they're
Yeah.
not very big. So the kids are like running around. He's got two kids. They're kind of like not toddlers, but not like
Mhm.
young grade school kids, kindergarten
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
And his wife is there, and it's all like, I mean, it's like one big room and then a couple of bedrooms and a bathroom. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So yeah, it was just weird. And he would like,
Oh.
bring things up on the screen, and I'm like, oh my god.
His kids are playing. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
And I'm like, I really don't, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
interesting, but not for me.
Yeah. Well, here,
Yeah.
me and my wife and you watch this together. How about
Yeah.
that?
Well, see, the other thing was, I always talked to. This was, we always had nicknames. But I said he was a serial killer to my girlfriend, who's my wife now. I'm like,
Yeah.
I said, I'm going over to this. I can't remember his names now. Let's just call him Tim or whatever. But going over to Tim's place. He's weird, but I think it'll be all right. But
Mm-hmm.
he was one of those people who didn't blink very much.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad sign.
Yeah. I mean, he was intense when he looked at you.
Mhm.
And I'd be like, I just want you to know I'm going to run over to Tim's. I'll be there for a couple hours in case you don't, because there's no cell phones or anything. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So you know where I'm at, because he's just kind of weird. He drove a van. It's weird.
Oh, dead giveaway.
Yeah. Well, he had kids. So, anyway.
Yeah. Well, so did BTK and all
Yeah,
them
I
fucking.
know. I
They
know.
don't need shit.
So, but he was going to be a forest ranger. And
Yeah.
apparently he was a forest ranger who loved pornography in the early days when it wasn't like it is now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a little bizarre. So there you go, two college pornography stories for you.
Yeah. Wow.
Stay tuned. More to come.